don't gotta do
Sound
it.
like that's something we need to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sound like we got another topic. Cool.
Where Shawnee go? Shawnee.
All right. Boom, boom. Oh, she got kicked out?
She got kicked out?
Yeah. I had to
She
admit
ain't
her
even
again.
on here.
Yeah, she just tried to get back on now. There she
Ooh,
go.
that's cold.
Oh, pop up in the can.
My bad.
What's up, girl?
Not much.
You been working out?
No. I look like I'm getting smaller.
I see you got your breastises all out. You know what I'm saying? I likes that. I'm sorry. A man will be a man till a man isn't a man anymore.
Well, I guess that's gonna be forever.
Goddamn right.
Ain't looking.
That's what you been up to.
I've been out here grinding, getting it, working, moving, shaking,
Okay, well, tell me when the next
working on everything under the sun.
Oh shit.
When is the next Black Bike Week so I can come out there?
September.
All right, give me the dates. September what?
It's not really a Black Bike Week, but it's gonna be some. They be having one in Atlanta. One of my coworkers was telling me about, but I'll find out.
All right, send me the date. September.
All right. I need a new camera. My camera look all
YouTube
flat.
or whatever.
What'd you say?
We live.
We live. I'm just trying to put this.
So Sade, since you got this, should we live right now?
Yeah. No.
Okay. But you said I caught it, right? Right. I caught it. I'm not no F boy. I don't start drama.
Thank you.
Oh shoot! All right, we live.
To look both ways before you cross these streets.
Okay.
What up? It's your boy Comedic Energy, and this is Dirty Mouth Radio. Dirty Mouth Radio, produced by Livewire Sound and Entertainment.
It's your girl Golden.
It's Sade.
Your boy Cray.
What's goody? What's goody? What's up, peoples?
What's up, yeah?
We live. Sade looking all spiffy with her little blazer on and shit. Yeah, I see her. Yeah.
Killing it.
Looking all businessy and shit.
Golden
out here.
Damn island.
Right, shining.
I'm on the island.
Golden is golden. Living my life like it's going.
Oh shit! What's popping, yo? What's good?
Man, it's a lot of things popping, man. It's
been a lot of shit.
I won't start the day. I'll let somebody else go.
What you got, Golden?
Oh, what's been popping? Oh, I have no idea. I've been too busy working. Okay.
Word. What you got? What you got in the works?
Because I need a vacation. Okay.
Word.
Oh shit.
What, for the crib, or what, you got other plans or something?
Yeah, I need to get things for my new crib. I'm excited about that. Try to get up a whatever you call it, housewarming soon.
Yay! That's exciting.
It's gonna be nice. I can't wait to see what that house look like.
What's up, Sade?
Nothing. Just got done. Wrapped up my mentoring for the school year with my girls. Our last day was on Monday.
How it going?
It was good. It went really good. I didn't think in that short amount of time, because I did it towards the end of the school year, just to do it as a pilot program for CMS school district. And it went really good. Like, the girls did not want me to leave. They said, I actually cared. I listen to them. Like, a lot of people don't care. They can't really talk to their parents, stuff like that.
Did you have to set any of their little badasses straight?
Oh, I mean, It was one. That's my little baby who won't listen. Her little mouth.
Firecracker. A little firecracker.
I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. Who are you talking? Okay, Miss Lloyd, I'm gonna work on it. All right, because I ain't coming back to get you next year. No, please come get me.
Look at motherfucker. Who the fuck you talking to? Who the fuck you talking to?
Like who? What? But it was just real. It was real good though, because a lot of their lifestyles and their upbringing, you could tell it's kind of harsh. Like some of the stories they've told me or whatever.
So
what kind of girls are these? Are they like going through? Is it like a sister program or like what kind of program is it?
So it's a middle school. They all in 6th grade, so they're no older than 11 years old. But some of them have been homeless, parents on drugs. One girl, she was younger. One of my girls, I call them the rents, and whatever school it is, I call them the gyms, ramps and gyms, but my program is called She Lives on Purpose. But yeah, one of them, she was homeless. She was like, I honestly thought, Miss Lloyd, I thought it was a hotel. They had all my favorite snacks. They had mad rooms. They had games, but that was when she was younger. It's gotten better and her situation is a little bit better or whatever. But, and then one, she'd been through the foster care system. Her mom left her, was on drugs, so now she with her dad. So it's just like a lot of stuff they've been through. And it's just like, damn, because I ain't never been there. So it's just like, and then for them to open up, I'm just like, shit, y'all done been through a lot. Y'all only 11.
Right.
That's crazy.
So it's like real different.
That's wild. That's wild, man.
Damn.
Yeah, but it was, I actually got connected with somebody that was administrator for CMS, and she just reached out because actually the school I'm at is supposed to be one of the worst schools in Charlotte, like
really
they're middle schoolers. So yeah, she's just like, yeah, I got a few girls that would need it, and they came in and, I have no problem with them, but it's all the way how you approach people. Your delivery, whatever. Like somebody say, yo, they gonna be a problem, but when they with me, it's not a problem. So I'm trying to work with them, like, be this way with everybody.
Yeah, right. I feel you. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, Sade, is it like just you, or is it a group of females?
No, it's just me right now. It's just a program that I started, and I started this program a long time ago, actually, but I just could not get no connects to save my life. Like people would be like, oh, this would be good, or try to put me in the right direction, but it just would not work out. And like, that's always been my passion to like talk to young girls. Cause a lot of young girls, the self-work and all that stuff, that's how we get tied up into not taking care of ourselves, being in bad relationships, seeing, your parents go through bad relationships, you thinking it's okay. So that's always been my passion. So once I got them, I'm just going from there. So, but it's only me right now, and I got 4 girls right now, but it may get a little bigger next school year because the principal, she wanted to, get my purpose statement, what I actually would entail, that type of stuff first before she actually took it, full time on. But I don't want too many girls because I don't want to feel like I'm stretching myself there, and I want to be able to really like relate to them and give them what they need.
Yeah.
But if it gets big enough where it's in different schools, then I would definitely get some more women that would be willing to sacrifice their time.
I was just gonna say, like, if you go ahead.
No, go ahead, Golden.
I was just gonna say, like, if you want to do like some outings or something like that, just give me a holler. I'll come out there,
Yeah, I'm definitely probably gonna do a back to school thing with them. And I do want to do at least one community project this summer with them. So I'm gonna find out something, because that's what I'm about to, community work. Like, you gotta see give back. And with them coming from some of the stuff that they've been through, they understand that. And now if you kind of like on the other side, you can understand why this is important.
So from a business standpoint, this is your company, right?
Yeah. So I just started it, but eventually it will just be it'll be a nonprofit. So basically it's gonna eventually have to come from like donations. Eventually,
I see what you're saying.
So it would be from people either sponsoring. Like I kind of want to do, maybe not a spa day, but like get a hotel this summer, and see if, people would sponsor and donate maybe $25 to sponsor this girl so she can do this or, whatever. So basically nonprofits basically come from donations or people who want to sponsor your program.
So you're your own boss, huh?
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
Makes sense. But you'll be open to do like partnerships with people?
Would you do that? Okay. So I'm actually going to see this summer, I'm thinking about reaching out to some hairdressers that might want to do a back to school thing and maybe do the girls' hair for,
that's dope.
Like that. Yeah. So.
Damn. Okay.
Did you ever get that logo that we talked about at work that time? You ever get that done?
I didn't.
Oh, you
I
need
just
one.
went. I still need one. Need one. So
shoot me the information. I got you.
Okay.
All right. Now back to Dirty Mouth Radio business.
I think that tied into some Dirty Mouth Radio business, man. I don't think we never.
Hell
man.
Yeah. So okay. So Cray Noobs time. Woo! So I sent out a video to everybody. Basically, your boy Dame Dash was on the Breakfast Club. Now I think this happened like mad long ago. I don't know how old the video is.
I think it said 2015.
It said 2015.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it was pretty. That shit is old as hell. But I thought that the content was like super important. I don't know if everybody had a chance to see the whole thing. But it was interesting to see two guys from two totally different perspectives on the same subject. And it's a subject as prevalent as it is to the African American community today. And basically the conversation was over not accepting. Okay, one side of the argument was I will never work for a boss. I will never call someone my boss. I will never work. I'm not about working for other individuals. And the other side of the conversation was more willing to work for a person, someone having a boss. Okay. So listening to the both sides of the story, it just started becoming appealing. It started affecting me mentally, psychologically, because this is something that I've been fighting with and dealing with on my road through entrepreneurship. So first, before I even go on my whole, dilemma with it, I just wanted to kind of see what y'all perspectives of the conversation were like. What did y'all see or what did y'all take away from it?
Well, I watched the whole thing, and I've understood where Damon Dash was coming from, but I kind of was more on Envy side because I didn't like the fact that Dame tried to make it seem like he was always a boss from day one since he jumped out the womb. Okay, give us the backstory of how you got your money so you can start your first business. He's just making it seem like, no, I ain't never worked at McDonald's and flipped a burger. I always was out here grinding. And then he tried to make it seem like all his hustles was legit. So if you was doing some legit shit, give us an example. Like, you didn't have to give us the whole blueprint, but just give us an example. So I actually Googled to see what the fuck was going on. So according to Wikipedia, when he was a teenager, he used to sweep up for barbershops or make t-shirts or sell lemonade or something like that. But he could at least said that in the podcast. He could at least said that, you know what I'm saying? Making it seem like, no, cuz I ain't never did you get allowance money? Where did you get money from to start your first business?
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all felt about it.
I agree. I kind of felt the same way. Like so pretty much with the video, it was kind of like I don't want to say an argument, but it was a little going back and forth. It was like a heated debate between Envy and Dame Dash.
Yeah.
And it was about who's the boss. You feel what I'm saying? I in essence, I felt where Dame Dash was coming from about being a true boss, but I also saw what Envy was saying. And if I had to pick a side, I would pick Dame Dash's side, in that you have to be that boss. That I mean, everybody got their own viewpoint on things, but I feel like if you are a true boss, that's where it needs to be. You feel what I'm saying? I used to have that mentality that everybody has a boss. I don't think like that no more. I feel like you can be that boss. Now, there's certain things you have to do, and there's some certain responsibilities you have to freaking adhere to as that boss, but you can be that boss. And Sade is a prime example of that right now with the mentoring she's doing with her girls. You feel what I'm saying? She's a boss. She does it how she want to do it. So I felt where Dame Dash was coming from, but on the other side of that, he didn't really give you the game of how he came up.
I was about to say, because everybody don't start just, exactly. I'm my own boss.
Yeah, you gotta grind. And now he did say you gotta grind and go through the struggles, but he kind of like just overshadowed that with the whole boss and shit. And that part kind of like blew me in that, like, yo, come on, talk about the struggle. You ain't just get the way you got to. You grind it. So you gotta grind before you shine. And anything you do, you got to work hard at it. So you can't just sit up here and talk about the end result. You got to talk about where to come from and the struggles you got to adhere to get to where you ultimately are. Yeah. So that's what I took from the joint, man. It was a dope interview, though.
And the part that resonated with me that he said is like, as far as being your own boss, you make your own hours. You can go on vacation when you want. You ain't got to put in a request and get denied. And they change their schedule up on you whenever they feel like it.
Yeah.
I get that. But at the same time, I kind of felt like what Envy was saying, like, okay, yeah, I got a job. Yeah, I got a boss, but I'm still doing, I got side hustles too on the side that, that's still going to leave a legacy for my children, but he wasn't trying to hear that.
Yeah.
And everybody is not meant to be a boss either.
Correct.
Like being a boss is hard. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like you got to go through the struggle. If something falls the fuck apart, guess what? That shit is on you. It's just like being a homeowner. Mm-hmm. I can't call the maintenance man and that shit for free. No, that comes from me. Like, and sometimes people be an entrepreneur, do this, be a boss. Yeah, but that ain't for everybody. Some people, first of all, you got to have leadership skills, especially if you're going to have people under you. And that's how a lot of stuff goes by the wayside, because if you don't got leadership skills, that shit gonna fall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, all right. So I divvied in a little bit of everyone's but me, I'm a little more drastic. Like, I analyze things a little more deeper. So watching Dame Dash, Dame Dash was in his feelings. If you were talking to Dame Dash, he'd probably say that he wasn't, but he definitely was in his feelings. But it's not a bad thing, because I understand where he was coming from with what he was saying. I don't agree with Envy. A part of me would want to agree with Envy, because I do understand where Envy's coming from with what he's trying to say, but it's a mentality. You know what I'm saying? See, Dame Dash's mentality, his mind is structured and wired different, and you got to understand the two differences in these two components. Dame Dash comes from a place where he decided from the jump, like, okay, we say he's sweet and he used to do all of this stuff. In Dame Dash's mind, he's never had a boss. He's only had partners. That's one of the key things that he said. He said, I would rather be your partner than be your boss. Dame Dash's argument wasn't necessarily that you have to be your own, that you have to be the boss, but you need to be the boss. You need to be your own boss. You know what I'm saying? That's the key thing that I was kind of taken away from the argument, because it was going so drastic, because they wanted to go on the gospel. Initially he was like, yo, listen, that was 20 years ago. I don't want to talk about that. If you
Right.
you know what I'm saying, I'm out here making new moves, I'm doing new things. Y'all been doing this for 20 years and y'all still making money the same way. Y'all don't have no room to progress and you know what I'm saying, move forward. And one of the things he was saying, y'all been working here for 20 years and y'all don't own none of this company. You know what I'm saying? Y'all work for a boss. Can you have somebody who can say you're fired? You know what I'm saying? Envy's reply was, I don't do this because I have to. I do this because I want to. And then Dame Dash in turn said, so you want to be somebody's employee. You want to work for somebody. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the freedom. You have to come here at this time and do this. Where for a worker, that might seem okay. Most of us on this podcast right now, we're workers. We work for someone, and they pay us money and shit like that, right? If that's all you've been your whole life, then of course you think having a boss is okay. You know what I'm saying?
But Envy got other stuff though. But Envy got other stuff.
He does.
And that might be his passion. No,
he
to
does.
be on the radio.
But this is what Dame Dash's argument is. You on this platform, and you've been doing this for so long that you still can only talk about what they make you or want you to talk about. You got other things going on, but you got other things where you're only getting a piece of a company that you're making infamous and famous. These guys are making billions while you're making this much. Think about how much more you could have if you would come to me. You talk to celebrities all the time. If you would come to me and we set up our own radio station. He said, I'd rather be your partner. Right there, that is an opportunity. And that's what he was saying. Us Harlem cats, we give niggas opportunities. And whatever you do with that, you come and I see you later. We're not your boss. We're your partner. We show you opportunities. And he kept saying stuff like, it's about perspective. We got a different mind state. Dame Dash went into a little more detail about his grind on Earn Your Leisure. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but he was on Earn Your Leisure, and he was talking about his, some of the things that he's been through. So that you get that later on if you go look at that. But Dame Dash said, like, the people that he hangs around, these niggas is bosses. They all got this mindset. They multi-millionaires doing all these things. And when you have friends around your circle that are like this, and you see the product of their success, it makes you wonder, like, is he right or is he wrong? You know what I'm saying? Because the people that's not black, they say the same shit. Like, stop working for money. Stop working for bosses and shit like that. They might not tell you all the details, but that leaves you room to think. You know what I'm saying? Because as an entrepreneur, that's the first thing you got to do is think. You always solving a problem, and ain't nobody got the answers for you. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing that these millionaires and these billionaires is trying to get you to do is imagine ways to make money as opposed to work for it, which is a whole entirely different format. You know what I'm saying? You got to literally create money from nothing. But as an entrepreneur, that's the mindset you got to have every single day. When you a worker, you don't have to think like that. So it's impossible.
Go ahead. Also, he was saying that workers are lazy. And I didn't necessarily agree with that. I feel like some people don't want the responsibility, and they don't, I mean, if that's what you call lazy, then they don't want the responsibility, and they scared to take the risk, because everything you do ain't gonna be a success out the jump. Just like he was saying, like he put up his own bread for everything. So if you putting up your own bread for everything, you don't have. He said he don't have no savings. So
But think about how many people go to work. Like, you risk. Okay, every day you go to work, you take a risk. Some risks are a little more minimized than others, but you take a risk. Like, if the company decides to close their business down tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, and they don't tell you nothing, that's your money. You know what I'm saying? if you go to work and a bad customer comes in and you argue with that person and you get fired, that's a risk. You know what I'm saying? You're always putting your bread up. That's what people don't understand. Like we're all bosses. Let's get this correct. We're all bosses. All right. Now he might disagree with me, and that's fine. But anytime you pay for a service, or you pay someone to do some work for you, you have now become their boss. Okay. If they don't perform that task right, you can fire them or you could take them to court. You know what I'm saying? So it's about perspective. It's about your mind state. Like if you don't think you're a boss, then you're not going to be one. You're not going to act like one. You're going to always act like a worker. You know what I'm saying? It's about how you place yourself in that realm when you in that situation. You know, Dame Dash is trying to state from his argument, and he was aggressive and he was emotional, so he didn't really get to articulate well, it's a mind state. It's not about having dominance over somebody. It's about, look, I put up my money. I don't ask nobody for no bread. If I ask you for bread, it's because I want you to become my partner. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't want to do that, I can go ask this person, or I'm going to just do it myself. And that right there is a boss to me. You don't make excuses why shit can't happen. You know what I'm saying? You don't go looking for and begging people for money, because if they don't, they might not give it to you. Okay, if they go and give it to me, if they hey, we'll give you money to do this. All right, cool. Y'all can be a partner, but y'all not getting 100% of this. Y'all not getting, you know what I'm saying, 50% of this. Y'all can get 25. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at Dame Dash, I see a whole different person. Yeah, he from the streets, and what he say come out a little more harsh, but he just saying the same thing that someone like Robert Kiyosaki would say, something like Larry Jones would say, something like Wall Street Trapper would say. You know what I'm saying? People got a little more dignity with how they say shit, but like people from the streets, they talk differently, so it come out different, but it's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Envy, I'm sorry, Envy, but he's a worker. He's a worker, and there's nothing wrong with that, because we all gotta work. But
and that's my other thing too. Like, can everybody be a boss? Who will be the workers?
Yeah, that's true, and that's where I was getting ready to come with it. But
yeah,
I mean, I can't. My thing is, when it comes to like, you know,
I'm
how
about to fuck y'all head up. But go ahead.
Yeah, you said workers. You know, workers are lazy. That part I don't agree with. I don't think workers are lazy, especially when you have somebody like, one thing with Envy that's shown in that video, he's got shit. I mean, he's got investments, he's got things like that, and he's grinding. Yeah. But it sounds like to me that he's cool being a worker.
Right.
I don't think he's lazy at all, honestly, but I think he's just cool with, just like Sade said, everybody's not fit to be a boss, and he probably realizes that, and is being successful and fine with just being a worker and still doing his shit. So he's a boss in his own right. You feel what I'm saying?
But to me, because Envy does have other stuff where he is like the boss of that company, it's outside stuff.
Yeah.
So you can't say he's not a boss and he's just only a worker. Like I said, that could be his passion. Yeah. And y'all don't, I mean, the radio Breakfast Club might just be something that finances the other shit of his boss shit that he doing.
He's leveraging it.
That's fine. That's fine. You know, it's nothing wrong with that. But why do you have to be called an employee?
Oh, what you want the employee? You want the employer to call all the workers partners.
Yes. That's the mentality.
You just trying to change the name of the shit.
You got to. But think about it. Think about it like this. Words are put into place so that it can create an identity. Once you associate with that identity, it becomes a mind state. Once it becomes a mind state, you start performing in that mind state. So everything you do is a product of what you believe yourself to be. If you believe you're only a worker or an employee, you're gonna be that. That's why he says it's a lazy mindset, because you don't want to go past what you can do. You only want to do what they tell you to do. You don't think for yourself.
See, that's the part. That's the part that I don't like. That's the part that I feel like is that whole control and manipulation type of shit. When people say shit like employees are lazy, they can't think on their own and all that shit, That
But
shit is stunting to
that is
somebody that's
what
trying to do things.
Damon Dash is. He's manipulative to me. Like
Yeah.
he talk fast. Them New York people, he talk real
He's not a
fast,
New
make you think
Yorker.
I don't talk fast. Y'all gonna get what I'm saying. I'm giving you straight, okay?
But he just speak the money language. Money move fast. That's how you gotta talk.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't want to see the thing about it. What I'm saying is, that's the part of the corporate shit that I don't fucking like. When motherfuckers want to say shit about motherfuckers being lazy and they can't think and all of that, get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's demeaning right there, and that's control. That's a power move, and that's control. And shit like that I don't like, because there's also, hold up, because when it comes to that corporate mindset, motherfuckers on the same regard don't want to call their employees partners, because that gives them more freedom, and that starts to become problematic for that person or that boss of that company. If I call you a partner and I don't call you an employee, then it thinks that means you on the same pedestal as me, and you're gonna overtake me at one point. You feel what I'm saying?
Necessarily.
Right.
Not necessarily.
It does. It's like you said.
It doesn't mean that he's going to overtake you.
Like you said, there's power in words. There is power in words. And that shit right there is too powerful for a quote unquote boss. You won't hear Warren Buffett calling the employees of Berkshire Hathaway his partners. You'll never hear that shit. You will never hear that shit, because he doesn't want that shit. What true boss of a company would want that? Because
but that's the thing, though.
Hold up. That means
you just asked the question.
Go ahead.
You just asked a question.
My bad, bro. My bad.
Listen, dog. Of course, people. Okay, I don't know if he wants to, if he doesn't want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that if you in the working field, you're not a fucking employee. Like, you have to stop thinking of yourself as just an employee. You're a partner. You help this person's business grow every single day. What does your partner do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a psychological mind state. Like, okay, the word employee was created to basically indoctrinate the slave mentality idea. You know what I'm saying? And make it okay. But in that regard, you got to understand, you're accepting that. By calling yourself and like by going by these standards. Now, I'm not saying that employees are lazy as far as like doing the job. I'm saying as far as like taking control of their lives, financially, time-wise, family-wise. They have control of, when you have control of somebody's time, bro, because they don't want to manage their own time. So you're giving 5 hours, 10 hours, 9 hours of your day to someone to manage for you. So when you go to work, they tell you everything to do within 30-minute intervals of every hour.
But the shocking reality is everybody can't be a boss.
I'm not talking about being a boss, though. This is not even about being a boss. Take boss off the platform. Take boss off the platform. If we all partners and we all working together to create something better. Now, realistically, how realistic is it that everybody can fall on the same page? But I'm just saying, mentally, for those who like to think, and those who are want to go in further and beyond. Like, you got to take yourself out that bracket. You're gonna always be a slave if you take on the slave mentality.
But see, the flip side of that too, and mentally, if you tell them they are not employees and you call everybody a partner, mentally, like you said, mental is the art form, right? That's what you said the last episode. Everything gets created from the mental, and then things happen. That's what's gonna happen. I'm a partner. I ain't no goddamn employee. Why the fuck am I doing this shit while his ass is up there? I'm his partner. I ain't his employee. You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna create something else. What does that do? That just gave that person the motivation to create their own shit, to become in competition with that boss, right?
And that's a problem.
Now hold up. That starts a fire to somebody else, and then somebody else, then to somebody else. Now you just lost all your employees.
But see, that's
and they
the
just
fear.
Became your competition. But
that's
look,
the fear.
But this is the thing. The boss, that is why the boss would not call them partners. They will call them employees. for that particular reason right there, because they don't want the competition and they want you to stay in that place.
But
the reality is you got to have that control in the business world.
Committed. You don't, because bosses have partners.
They have partners that are on their level.
Exactly.
Not necessarily.
To build we need people underneath us to work.
Check this out. Not all bosses have people that have partners that are on their level. Sometimes a boss of my company might team up with somebody from another company who brings their team on. We might not be on the same level. You know what I'm saying? It's not always like that. You might have more of the capability of doing the work. I have the money. You know what I'm saying? You match. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not always like a worker versus, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you need people to work with you, but why do they have to be employees? We work with people who are volunteers all the time.
But you just said it. You just said it that they gotta have the workers.
I didn't say they had to have workers. You said what?
So the slaves, we just flipped that word to volunteers.
I mean, that's
pretty much.
They didn't volunteer for it though. Yeah. We can't call it that.
Became the employees. Yeah.
The slaves didn't like volunteer means that you chose to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. If you a slave, you didn't. You not. Yeah. We are enslaved, because when we sign on that contract, hey, you know what I'm saying? I want to work with this company or whatever. We're really signing, hey, I want to work for you. I want you to manage my time. I want you to manage my finances. And I want you to make sure that I can get paid after I leave here. I want you to manage how much money I can make after I quit at 75 years old. So that's basically all of your life just planned out for you by someone else. That's where I'm finding the problem at. It's not like always about being a boss, but you can be contractors. You know what I'm saying? You can work, but you don't have to live inside of a employee mind state, a slave mentality. You know what I'm saying? When you go to work, think of yourself as not just a fucking employee, but someone's partner, because you have partners that work alongside you. When these people come and they managing, they doing this, think of it as you employing them to take care of your financials and your time and shit. Stop thinking about it as if I'm an employee. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is to change the mental state. Now, does a boss want that? I don't know, because they grow up in a time period where they're taught something in particular, but it doesn't have to be that way, because everybody's not going to just want to revolt. Some people just want to just work.
But see, the thing about that, I don't even think it's a time period type of issue. It's a societal type of thing. Come on now. Anytime somebody talks about a business, what do they say? Boss and employee, right? You got your boss, you have your employees, you got your workers. You can call them anything you want, but it's still going to be the same thing. I'm still going to be over you. That's the key thing. You could change the mindset mentally. You could do that, but it's still going to be the same result. You can have all the partners you want, Craig, but you just said you bring their team on. How many people in that team that you bring on with the boss being a partner, how many of those people are going to be working? None of them. They all going to be partners.
Everybody's working though.
So if everybody's going to be a partner, somebody has to fulfill the role of the shit that's going to be in that. You see what I'm saying?
All right. Think of it like this, dog. We on a football team, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, the coach, he coaching us and shit, right?
That's the boss.
No, it's not the boss. He's not the boss, because he doesn't pay them. He doesn't pay them. He doesn't put up any money. He doesn't put up any money. Okay? The people that own the stadium put up the money, but how do they get the money? They get the money through the fans. So really, the entertainment industry works for the fans. So the fans are the boss.
So you're talking about this on a professional level?
I'm talking about it. If you think about it full circle, we the players on the field. You the quarterback. You're my teammate though. But you give me plays and you tell me where to go, where to run, where to route. But we're partners though on this field. The coach, he's our coach. We call him coach. We don't call him boss. We call him coach. Why? Because he coaches the team. He gives the quarterback plays. but he's still our teammate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
The people in the front office, they get the fans to come in and buy tickets. They are part of the team. It's called a team for a reason.
I feel you on that.
Now, why don't we call them employees? Because they're a team. They work together to build a franchise that's great. You know what I'm saying?
I think the owners still look at them like employees.
But think of it like this. Why do they make millions of dollars? Okay, that's their mentality. They're called teammates, right? They make millions. But when we go to work, we call it employees and coworkers. And we make way less than that.
So let me flip that.
Let's call their employees team members.
Let me flip that.
I think that's what they call their target.
So if you got a high school football team, right? We take money out of the whole equation. Mm-hmm. If you got your quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. Your quarterback is what?
The quarterback.
He's the one to get everything going, right? So in terms of the hierarchy of everything on the field, right? This is what I'm trying to get to. The hierarchical breakdown of the football team. Who's at the top?
Who's at the top? Who's at the top?
I'm asking you. Yeah, who's at the top?
On this
football team.
There's nobody at the top. Everybody's a teammate.
So when it comes to so you got your coach, you got the team, you got your quarterback, and you got the rest of the team, right? So you got the coach, you got the quarterback, you got the rest of the team. The coach gives the play, right? He gives the play. He lets you know what the next play is going to be, correct?
What it should be.
What it should be. Okay. What it should be. Who does the quarterback, the quarterback has to report to who? The coach? Well, so is it safe to say the coach is the head person?
Technically, he reports back to the team in the huddle. The whole team is in the huddle.
So the whole team reports to the quarterback, and the quarterback reports to the coach?
No, the whole team reports. The whole team reports to the huddle, which all the coaches are in.
So the head coach, those two words right there signify head. The head coach is the overseer of everything related to the team. So he is the boss because he is responsible for the team. When a team,
he's not
in
the
boss.
boss.
In the NFL, when the team doesn't perform in the season, who gets cut first?
The damn coach.
The coach gets cut first, not the defensive person.
That's
not
not
the
all,
offensive
it's not
person.
All, it's not always like that.
Yeah, Cray. When a team is not doing good in the season, like how the fucking Lions did a few years ago when they were winless and nobody was coming to the games, the coach got cut first because he is responsible for that team and he is responsible for the outcome. So he is the boss of the team.
No, it's not like that.
The crazy part about it, he has to look at he reports to the owner, who is his
exactly.
But that's
what
boss.
I'm. No.
The owner is his boss.
No.
Craig, how's it not? How is it not?
It's a mental. It's a dog. Check this out. This is why Dame Dash was arguing. It's a mental thing, dog. You thinking about it you looking at it on the surface. You know what I'm saying? You're not really seeing all the components of this shit, right? A coach is there because he's been in the game longer. He understands a lot more things than we understand. You know what I'm saying? He's helping us grow and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He's making us better so that we make him look good. We're partners. Okay. On to the rest of the team. Okay. So the rest of the team doesn't necessarily report to the quarterback. The quarterback issues out the plays. Okay. He can choose an onslaught of plays and stuff. Those plays can go right. Those plays can go wrong. He doesn't necessarily have to do exactly what the coach is saying. If they have a battle, whatever. But the coach trusts the quarterback to assess the issue while out there on the field because the quarterback is focused on getting the ball passed. The rest of the team is focused on protecting the quarterback until the ball gets to whoever the quarterback's trying to give it to. Their partners again. Okay. By them working towards getting this ball into the end zone, they are creating an opportunity for one person to win that round. Okay, so we are all working together as partners. That's what we call teammates. That's why it's called a team. You know what I'm saying? We don't go into the huddle like I'm your boss. All right. Now, the person who employs and sends out the money, yeah, you can call him a boss, but then who's he run by? Because if there's no fans, there's no him. So the fans are the boss. But where do they get their money from? You know what I'm saying? It's a circle. But we all fans of this team, but we're all a team because we all work together to make this team great. Our fans,
that's skewed, Craig.
No, listen, our fans are the ones out there who wear the shirts. They bring the revenue in.
Okay.
They can back they're employed too, but they volunteer for this. They don't have no bosses. You know what I'm saying? When you start thinking differently about your position in life, you start moving different.
I agree.
And there's nothing wrong with that. If somebody doesn't want you to be there because they feel like if I call you a partner, you're going to supersede me, then they're afraid. That's them. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that it shouldn't be like that. It just means that some people are just afraid of actually having people that are on their level helping them do shit.
And that right there is a lot of the heads of these companies out here today.
How do you
that
know
is
that?
Their biggest fear.
How do you know that?
Because you know what?
Have you asked
the coach of the Houston Texans a few years ago, what did he say? I can't have the prisoners running the prison. That is exactly what he said.
And that's one.
What does that tell you?
One.
That's another mindset.
It tells me that he's a dickhead. It doesn't tell me that everybody's a dickhead.
That they are the workers.
It tells me that he's a dickhead. Everybody's not like that, dog.
You got the workers and you got the overseers and you got the bosses. That's exactly what that is.
In his mind, dog. In his mind. In his mind.
Craig, that is in the minds of a lot of people. The problem in your scenario that you just said, you didn't talk about the responsibilities of each role and the consequences of that role. And when you don't fulfill that responsibility.
The consequences of having a job and being an employee, right?
The consequences of not doing your job,
right?
Because your boss is going to say something.
Because you're a slave.
I'm not saying
think like this, dog. Think like this. If I'm your partner, if I go into work and I think in myself, I'm not just an employee, I'm a partner. You know what I'm saying? If they come for me and they try to fire me, it doesn't. In my head, if I think I was never an employee to begin with, it doesn't affect me because now I know I can go do something else. I don't spend all my time boohooing and trying to kill myself and shit because I lost my job. I'm that much stronger on my feet because now I know there's other things I can do to make money. I was never these niggas as an employee or slave. I was always just a partner. This was just a means to an end.
But that's not the argument here,
it doesn't. Right? It is the argument because the argument is you're stuck in your mentality. The argument is trying to change your mentality from being a worker to not just being a boss, but taking yourself out of slavery, dog. These are
that
all
mentality.
terms.
I totally agree with you on the mentality.
So
but what I'm saying is the heads of these companies and these teams and things like that, they don't want that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But
they don't. And you said that you wanted them to be partners. They're not thinking about that.
But
they don't.
I'm not talking about them, bro. I'm talking about you and me. I'm talking about the ones that's working.
I feel
I'm not talking about them. They not on the podcast. They wasn't at the Breakfast Club. We talking about you being the boss of being your own boss. That's what Dame Dash said. Your own boss. When I work with you and I pay you some bread to do something, it's not because I'm your boss. It's because you my man and I need your help. You see what I'm saying?
But when you at work, we are not their peoples. They need our help, but we hate their peoples. We as their slaves.
Exactly. So what happens when you change your mind? What happens when you start to try to change your mind state? You start doing stuff like what Sade's doing.
No, you start saying fuck them and stealing their shit.
Or you can do that's still entrepreneurship. If you think about it,
I mean that's real shit. I feel where you coming from, Craig.
I'm just saying it's not. I'm not talking about the aspects of this world because we all know that what we seeing and what we doing is just reflections of light and high frequency vibrations. So none of this shit is actually real. We just operating off of concepts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you start changing your mind and how you process things and how you think about things, you start operating differently. You stop performing as a slave and you start performing as someone superior.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who wants it or not. That's not the argument here. The argument is stop allowing people to control your life through words and stop letting people to give value to things that you have no value of. You know what I'm saying? Like time is more. People will say, I heard somebody the other day say, hey, a supervisor told an employee, hey, would you rather have time or money? She said, I'd rather have money because I make time. I'm like, you slave to the money. The money got your time. How you making time and shit?
Exactly.
If you always working.
Right.
You a slave to something. I feel like everybody's a slave to something.
So really, what's the first step?
Interesting.
What's the first step? If you since you seen that girl, what would you tell her to change her mind about everything?
I don't want to change her mind because it's her perspective and I respect that.
Okay.
My thing is, when I thought about it, I had to think about my perspective. Like, damn, she's willing to make time. She can make time. Like me, I think that's interesting and fascinating because I work on, you know what I'm saying? Me, I've changed my mentality from working for money to working for time. You know what I'm saying? And I make money work for me. That's my whole mentality. That's where I'm going with shit.
I respect that.
And I start doing things differently. So I start spending more time with the things I love, the people I love, and shit like that, you know?
So with that mindset right there, do you feel like you have, information is supposed to be shared, right? Mm-hmm. So with that key piece of information, do you feel like you should tell other people about that?
I don't know.
Because information is supposed to be
shared. If you ask me,
can be anything.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm supposed to volunteer my information. You know what I'm saying? Because what I get is, for me, if you ask me, then that's a whole nother thing. But if I'm just out here just spewing out information, then what I find is the more I spew out information, the more people run. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, who are you? And it's like, then I feel like I have to prove myself. Like, well, I do this or do that. And it's like, if I have to prove myself, then what is it worth? You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to prove anything. I'm just here to just, give you a helping hand, my nigga. Yeah. If you don't want it, then that's your perspective.
But I feel like you still should get it out, because even if it's one person, somebody might take heed to that.
Exactly. Case in point is with Sade and her girls.
That's cool.
I mean, that's just,
I feel you.
I don't know. I was just picking your brain on that.
I feel you. Like, I think that's dope. I love it. But I can see why people become reclusive to the world. You know what I'm saying? Because like, by you sharing information, it's kind of like you're giving a piece of you to someone. And if they act, you know what I'm saying, by continuously being rejected and shit like that shit kind of plays a role in your own energy and shit. It starts making you doubt yourself. Now, some people are strong, some people are weak. Everybody's not on the same level. But for me, I'm not the strongest when it comes to continuously, repetitively being turned down. At some point in time, I'll be like, all right, well, fuck y'all niggas. I'm about to just go ahead and do my own shit.
I feel
you know what I'm saying? Like, you get tired of that. You get tired of that shit.
I get it.
Yeah.
But some people are strong. They like relentless. I don't give a shit. I'm going to bust through the fucking walls and I'm going to give you Jesus. That's Christianity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But whatever. They're going to force their opinion on you. But, me, I think everybody's opinion is important because it helps me to form my own, so if you give me some left shit, now I can think about some shit and I'm like, oh shit, was I completely correct about that, or is it more to this? But yeah, man, I've kind of slowed down on trying to slide people knowledge. Like, if you ask me, or we talking about some shit and I feel like you need some help, then I'm gonna slide you some gems and some shit, see what's up. But if you just fooling and you don't give a shit, I'm not.
No, that's kind of where I was going with the question. How do you know when they need help?
You talk to them.
Okay. But I don't know. Like, in that situation, I don't know if that girl really needed help or got, like, cause I mean, I don't know, because you can't even say
Or
she may have been misguided.
if Shorty needed that, I mean, everybody got their person they talk to, so I'm sure whoever she getting her information from doesn't have any intention of leaving her astray or the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more than one way of thinking about shit. Like, she can make time, dog. You know, that's cool. If you feel like you in that position where you rather have bread because you can make time, then more power to you. But
I mean, honestly,
what is bread? What is
Let me
bread
ask you
without
something.
time?
Was this a young person? Like, was she younger than you?
Young. She was in her 20s.
So my thought process with that is she hasn't lived long enough to understand the concept of time and understand the value of time in comparison to giving all your time to a job who don't care nothing about you.
Because in all actuality, you can't make time.
Right. I mean, or you find yourself making time for something, but is it gonna be quality time? Is it gonna be enough time?
Time is a concept, yo.
And you don't know when your time is up.
Exactly. That's where I was coming with it. From that perspective, from that type of like mentality of thinking, you can't make time because the time is already established. This is what you do with the time.
I don't
Everybody,
know,
I mean, you gotta think about it. Everybody's got a concept of time in their life.
My brain is like that, way out there when it comes to that type of shit. Like, I've been on some different shit. Time is a concept that's perpetuated through some other type of creation, but it's interesting because we talk about time all the time, right? But we don't even know what time is.
It's man-made.
Right. So we talk about creating time, we talk about giving time and stuff, but I don't know, like,
I'll tell you like
everything, my bad.
For me, because I did this little experiment with myself years ago. When it comes to the concept of time, right? Time, like we just said, is man-made, right? 24 hours in a day, that's what we established, right? So I took a whole week to myself, right? And I said, fuck time. I said, fuck the whole standard notion of time. Just like how we say, the books of the Bible kind of get a little skewed with different interpretations. I feel like time is the same way. It was kind of skewed to a societal standard. You know what I'm saying? Because in all actuality, you have a certain amount of time in your life. But we sit up here and we bring it down to a mathematical.
That's subjective.
You do. Right now, we're utilizing some type of time in our life right now. But let me get to my point. Let me get to my point. What I did was I said, fuck the 24 hours, right? I said, fuck, okay, we going to sleep for 6 hours. I'm waking up doing 8 hours of work. I said, you know what? No, I'm gonna take the whole notion of time out. Yeah, I'm gonna devote that time to work, like going to the job. But anything after that, I'm not about to abide by this whole concept of time. In aspect of, I'm going to allot 4 hours to doing this. I'm going to sleep for this 6 hours, wake up in the day and work again. I say, you know what? I'm going to work until I say, you know what? I'm done for right now. I'm going to take a little nap and then I'm going to get back to it when I get back to it. I found myself not thinking about time, doing more in that 1 week than I've done in damn near 3 weeks of trying to put myself into that box of a 24-hour time period. You feel what I'm saying?
So what you're talking about is just basically manipulating the concept of time, like the concept of the human concept of time.
Exactly.
You're taking a concept and you're bending it to your will, like.
But see, and that's the crazy part about it, because before, first of all, historically, the whole 8-hour shift, that shit came from Ford Company. They said they wanted to establish 8 hours in a workday for employees.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that shit started. Before that, we didn't have that whole concept. Right. So that's a man-made concept in itself. If you take away that whole concept and you just do what you want to do and allot whatever you feel like allotting to it until you feel like you're done, I know for me, I got more progress done. You feel what I'm saying?
I thought she was going to say Well, that was for you, but I feel like for other people, it would be the opposite, that they wouldn't get anything accomplished because certain things give you, it motivates you is what I'm trying to say. If you have a deadline to do something, like if you know that the store closes at 4 and you got to get something from the store, you know what, damn, I got to hurry up and do this so I can get there by 4. But other people, if the thing was 24 hours, they wouldn't give a damn. They would go whenever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think having certain constraints motivates people to do stuff faster or sooner, or because some people wouldn't do a damn thing.
You know, some people will procrastinate.
Yeah,
right. Those are perspectives. Yeah, I fuck with that.
That's true.
But
I feel like that kind of goes into distractions too, though. What's know. I mean, that's a whole nother little issue. But
I feel like I honestly feel like time just never stops. I don't feel like there's a conception of time. I think it's just infinite. I think that after you die, or after your body leaves this physical plane of existence, you continue on, you know what I'm saying, into something different. I mean, Christians call it heaven, you know, a lot of people call it heaven. Some people call it reincarnation. You know, there's a whole bunch of terms and different, you know, whatever. But I don't think it ever stops. You know, you talk about time and your expiration of your body, but if you're only living for this present, because if this is a present and this is a gift or whatever, and you only living for this, and you're not thinking about the future or what's to come after, or you're not dealing with things that you've dealt with prior, then you're not really doing anything. You're just here. You know what I'm saying? If you're working for money, then you're wasting time because money is fictional. You can't take it once your body leaves this physical plane of existence anyway. Exactly. So if you're working to build up your consciousness and your products and giving out, if there is a point in time where you are reincarnated, those things that you worked for in the past might just come to you in the future in a better form. You know what I'm saying? You might get it sooner because you put in the work. You know what I'm saying? By you helping out the whole entire world, when you're reborn as something else, you come back into that existence with those things already established from something you established in your prior lifetime. Now, and if you go to heaven, you know what I'm saying? Like the Christians say, whatever you worked for before you died is now passed down to your children and whoever. But we always just living for ourselves and shit. You know what I'm saying? That was another thing Dame Dash said.
I don't believe what you're saying is true. I think it's something that you have to do simultaneously because one, we do have to work for money because we have to survive everything that we need. They put $1 on it. So
are you working
have to work?
Are you working for money or are you working for survival?
You working for survival for your necessities, but also the things that you're doing on the side, giving back to the community, like Sade, you know, mentoring young girls and stuff like that. That's also things that you're working towards for your future or your next life, as you would say. So you kind of have to do it simultaneously. You can't not say, "Oh, I ain't gonna work for money."
So pretty much money is like the vehicle. So money is pretty much the vehicle to do what you need to do.
Money is the lubrication. Money's not the vehicle. You are the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? You just use money to keep oil in your shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep food in your fridge. But this is the thing too, though. Like, if money didn't exist, what we'd be doing? We'd be growing food. We'd be out in the crops. We'll still be out here.
We'll still be working for our necessities because one, like you said, we have to be growing food, hunting animals, building our shelter.
But it's different because you're not. But you're not but see, it's different because the concept is you're not working for money, you're working for yourself.
For your own resources.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's the difference.
Make your own resources. But now we're working so we can have resources for the necessities that we need.
But you can work to build your resources in today's era too, because people do it. Like people have supermarkets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like these Spanish people. My bad.
Technically, you probably could do it, but it's
hard. And that brings me back to my point. Dame Dash said it. Employees are lazy. Because we don't want to go through that. We don't want to go through that. That's not what we want to go through. That's what he's saying. We saying that when he says that it's the lazy route, that's what he's saying. We don't want to create our own destinies. We want somebody else to control that shit. We work for money so that we can buy things from people who do the things that we need for us. That's laziness. You see what I'm saying? It goes in full circle.
I mean, in that regard, I see what you're saying.
You know, I'm not saying that people are lazy. I don't even think he's saying it. He's just being a dick about it. But he's saying like the lazy mentality of sitting back and allowing someone to tell you when and what you're going to do, what you're going to eat, how much it costs, and making money for you and all of that is lazy because you don't want to put in the work that it takes to devise plans for it to be nutritious, for it to work out, for it to spend time with your kids, for you to provide food and put food or build a house, things of that nature. Your job tell you when you can go on vacation, when you can leave. You can't leave until they say you can leave. So I can get up and just get out of my chair and go outside right now. But if I'm at work, I got to stay there for 4 hours. Oh, shit. Think about that shit. Right now, I can just get up and go outside. I don't have to stay here. But if I'm at work, I gotta stay here or tell somebody I'm about to leave.
I mean, I think about that shit every goddamn day.
The job will tell you that you can do whatever you want to do, but these are our rules. And if you want to stay employed here,
but when you right. But you living by someone else's rules. You ain't making your own. When you think of yourself as a partner, then that's when you start making your own fucking rules.
And some people don't like Comedic and Sade's been saying some people do not need to be the partner because their ass ain't gonna do shit. And you work with them, and you know they are employees.
You kick them off. That's when you kick them off the squad. I mean, that's
some
when
people just ain't fit to be that partner.
And I get it, but I mean, that don't gotta be me though.
And some, it
don't gotta be y'all neither.
Huh?
I said it don't gotta be y'all. Need shit. Honestly, if you want to be real about it, they're the smarter ones because they can work alongside you, not do shit, and make the same amount of bread. While your ass over here slaving like a motherfucker over here, like he don't do no work. You whining. He over here like, I don't do shit. I don't give a fuck. And we make the same bread. And you know what the fucked up thing about it is? The same nigga that's y'all boss is doing the same shit. I don't gotta do shit. I'm the fucking boss. I make all this bread. I make more money than the laziest nigga. I'm the laziest nigga in the whole goddamn shit, and I make the most out of all y'all.
Yeah. Because you just gonna push your work down.
Yeah.
You okay with being employees? That's cool. Working hard is good because we make something. But the nigga who don't do shit got everything. Ain't that a bitch? But he your boss. That's what Dame Dash was coming from.
See, like I said, I didn't disagree with Dame on that. I disagree with his delivery with the shit.
Yeah,
it's just the dickheadedness, that shit.
It's Dame though.
But sometimes when you
was touched, when you
do that dickheadedness shit, you can sometimes get the people can misinterpret that shit.
Yeah.
That can be the problem. Like,
but they came at him sideways too, though.
They did, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you do those things, people misinterpret shit. They came at him sideways. And what did they do on the video? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I felt like this, and that. That's because you came at him sideways and misinterpreting shit. Like that, the delivery was always key to me. I love messages. I love to hear messages from people, but you gotta deliver that shit straight, man.
Really?
The shit that blows me about some radio stations and shit is just what Dame Dash said. Motherfuckers always want to look for the ratings and all this other shit and to be, kind of controversial or gossipy and shit. When all I want to do is hear the fucking message. You feel what I'm saying? Shoot the shit straight. Fuck the bullshit. That's the shit that pisses me off.
And it was crazy because Dame Dash was actually up there trying to promote his son's business.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I thought he was trying to promote a movie.
I mean, he was trying to promote the movie, but he was putting niggas on. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. The mentality is different. Like, he bringing his partners in And he telling you like, look, this is how I train my children. It start from here. If you give them the game and you make them understand that you don't have to work for nobody. If you want to live this life, you still don't have to be no employee. Mm-hmm. Every single one of his kids is entrepreneurs. Now you telling me that everybody's not meant to be a boss, okay? But it's not everybody able to. I mean, I guess you can't say that. A lot of us are out here able to create things and produce for ourselves, should we want to. But most of us just don't want to. We don't want to go out in the goddamn field and pick cotton and make t-shirts and shit. We ain't trying to do that shit. So what do? We rather work inside where it's cool and make t-shirts, let the machines make the shirts, and then we get paid for letting the machine do the shit. Lazy.
Well, that means I feel like our society has
crippled us.
Also, yes, it's the every time technology comes out, is to make our lives easier, quote unquote, to give us convenience. More
convenience is what? Well, I said it before.
I mean, it makes us lazier, but
convenience is another word for lazy. That's kind of what it is.
Damn. I mean,
who's in control? That's who really wants the conveniences for everybody. I mean,
you want to know who's in control? 2,668 people.
Right.
That's billionaires. That's how many billionaires exist in the world right now.
And those people want conveniences.
Hell yeah. And when I become one, I'm gonna be sitting right back with them. I don't want some convenience. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? They got it. I'm on it too.
So this was a very thought-provoking episode. With that being said, I
had more.
I know you do.
Next time.
Save it for the next one, man. All right, this is your boy Comedic Energy.
Your girl Golden.
Your
boy Cray.
Yep. As always, it's produced by Livewire Sound Entertainment. Peace out.
Change your mind. Work on your mind states, man. Work on your mind state. Are you a boss? Or are you a slave? Are you a master or are you a slave?
Bye, y'all.
Peace out, people.
Or are you free? Can you be free? Is it true? Is it real? Do we really want freedom? That's another question, bro. Do people really want freedom? Oh shit.
Bye-bye.